Hello. Venus is officially retrograde. And this Venus in Leo and this Leo Sun and this Leo Mercury is feeling. I want to talk to you about how this can impact you, or really us. Let's get into it. What's up, dear friends? Like I said before, right now it's Venus retrograde, and if you know anything about this channel, we love to talk about Venus. Because Venus is the planet who represents attraction, seduction, getting what we want, the luxury, the good life, things that smell good, things that taste good, things that feel good. It is our source of pleasure. So when Venus appears to be going backwards in the sky, which is what a retrograde is, we see some pretty interesting things happen in life. So here's what you need to know about Venus retrograde in general. While Venus is going to be retrograde, this is a very important time to reevaluate. We want to reevaluate the things that we enjoy. Do we actually like what it is we're doing, or are we just doing it because that's the thing that we've been doing this whole time? What actually makes us happy? What actually brings us a sense of pleasure and joy? A lot of people are going to be rethinking these things right now. 2, expect some of your exes to be knocking at your door. Literally, quite literally yesterday, a guy that I have not talked to since years, the first boyfriend that I was with, he wanted to all of a sudden start liking my pictures on Instagram and on my story because Venus is in retrograde, which means that men from the past and people from the past are gonna have a tendency to come back up into your life. But not just any people, usually people you are romantically involved with. So people you are in a romantic relationship, an escapade, whatever the case is, and those people can have a tendency to pop back up again. And I also forgot to mention, if somebody does come back into your life, so let's say, you know, somebody from the past does come back to your life, somebody from the past, or you meet a guy during Venus retrograde, I highly would not recommend jumping to a relationship right off the bat. I would really take your time to be patient if you meet somebody during Venus retrograde, because usually they're going to be reflecting a lesson, not all the time, but usually. Somebody very close to me got married during a Venus retrograde, and I told them, like, you should not got married during a Venus retrograde, like, you don't want to do it, but they did it anyway. And then literally their marriage has been topsy-turvy. It hasn't been the sweetest, easiest marriage. It hasn't been a marriage that feels sweet. It's been a lot of work and a lot of setbacks and a lot of struggle and a lot of just inner work issues and all kinds of things between the both of them, right? So we really don't want to tie any knots during Venus retrograde if we can control it. And also, this could be a time to actually release things that no longer serve you. So if you look at your closet, like recently I looked at my closet yesterday, and I was just like, I hate all these clothes. Not hate, like that's a strong word, but I really don't think that these clothes represent who I am anymore. And I just felt the urge to just go through everything and just grab everything and delete it. Just grab everything and delete it and let it go, you know, and just, you know, not focus on it anymore. That's what I felt the urge to do, and just to clear out my closet, because these things just gotta go. This is the perfect time to create space, to let go of material things and items and beauty things that no longer are just doing what they need to do, okay? So that you can make room for better things to come in after Venus retrograde is over. 3, you might also be rethinking on reevaluating your beauty. A lot of people will heavily suggest, and astrologers will always say, this is not the time to get surgery, to do any cosmetic treatments, to do any, like, you know, eyebrow treatments, whatever the case is. This is not the time. Not during Venus retrograde. This might be the time to look for different things and to investigate different things, but this is not the time to go do the procedure, because there might be a part of you who regrets it. And that's a thing, right? Because right now, a lot of people are gonna have a tendency to feel insecure about the way that they look. So if you're looking in the mirror and you're just like, it's not giving what it needs to give, and you're just not happy with your looks and stuff like that, don't worry, it's temporary. It's gonna go by quickly. Just allow this to be a time to focus on inner work. This is the time for inner beauty, and your inner beauty is going to naturally radiate outwards. So what I mean by inner beauty, do some inner work. Release limiting beliefs in the mind. If you believe you're not worthy of money and stuff of that nature, and that you have to struggle really hard to get money, then this is the time to cut those beliefs out, to nip them in the bud, so that you can move forward and really have a high sense of self-worth and a strong self-esteem. One thing that I'm also realizing about Venus retrograde, it really is not the time to worry so much about the outer beauty. What you ultimately want to do is release any need to be beautiful, any need to be adored, and you want to step into it. Another thing that I'm realizing about this time, literally I walked in here, I turned on some music, and I just felt the need to dance and to move my body and to just feel so good. And the music, right? I was listening to classical music even as well, and I had tears rolling down my eyes because music is just so beautiful. Venus is beauty. And when I was like literally crying listening to some classical music, I'm gonna insert a clip right here. Why am I crying right now? Like, why am I crying? Like, what is it about this music that makes me want to cry? And I googled it, and I couldn't find any clear understanding. There were different theories, like certain songs bring up different memories from your life, but really, all in all, what they said was music is just pure beauty, and sometimes the pure beauty of music can bring tears and happiness to your eyes. Art itself can bring tears to your eyes and can just fill you up with a sense of joy. This is the time to indulge in art. Get involved in art. Draw a picture, listen to classical music, go to a museum, allow yourself to be immersed in art right now. And you'll notice that your vibration will just be so freaking high, right? And it almost feels like Venus, instead of being about outer, Venus during retrograde season is saying go in. It's almost like Venus is like engulfing my body. Instead of Venus being outside of me, it feels like Venus is inside and engulfing my body and engulfing my energy. And I just feel like overwhelmed with this Venusian energy inside of me. And I am a Venus in Leo, right? I'm a Sun in Leo, Mercury in Leo, Venus in Leo, so it's probably literally hitting my body right now. I just feel like this is the time to allow yourself to just dance in your room, move your body, just love life and love beauty and love art. Next, money. Venus also represents money, and when Venus is not retrograde, we are very much so open and aware to receiving money and to receive money with ease. Venus is the money, she's the prophet, she's the material world. So when Venus goes retrograde, money can sometimes be a little weird. Not for everybody, but for a lot of people it will be, right? Money may be a little bit weird or different, but that's because we're going through a process of reevaluating everything. Like, what do we actually value? Do we actually value ourselves? What do we spend money on? And should we be spending money on these things, or are we just spending money on these things just because it's filling up space? We are gonna start rethinking how we are spending our money, as well as what we are spending our money on and how much money we're pouring out and how much money we're giving back to ourselves and pouring back in. When Venus is in retrograde, you want to practice receiving by doing inner work. So this is the perfect time to actually get yourself in alignment with what you want by the path of inner work. So a lot of us are going to be told to manifest and to practice manifesting, whether it's visualizing and scripting, whatever the case is. This is actually not the time for that. This is actually the time for inner work. There's a difference between inner work and manifesting. Manifesting is setting an intention and just waving a magic wand and the thing comes in, right? Maybe you're lighting a candle, maybe you're doing some type of ritual, maybe you're, writing what you want on a piece of paper or a journal, and then the thing has a tendency to come in, right? However, what you'll have a tendency to realize is you may actually attract the thing that you're looking for, but then you get it and you realize, is this actually something I want in my life? It's like the kind of person who wants to manifest a specific person in their life, and let's say they actually manifest that specific person, and then once they manifest that specific person, they realize that, hey, I actually don't really like this person. So this is not the time for manifesting, this is the time for inner work. Because when we do inner work, we release the inner beliefs and the limiting beliefs that we have in our mind, which is gonna make or break the way that we receive money. For example, you can manifest money and maybe manifest winning $25,000 just like that. Maybe you either A, manifest that money in a way where it's like you got an accident and somebody owed you some money because you have an inner belief that says you can make money, but it needs to be in a hard way, like something drastic would have to happen. What you would do is, instead of believing that making money needs to be hard and struggle, you just clear that belief out and do the inner work, and now the money can flow in. Or maybe you do attract money, or maybe you do attract love, but then for some reason it just can't stay. It doesn't last, it doesn't stick. Something always ends up going wrong. That means there's some inner work that needs to be done in order to release those things and those blockages so that the thing can come easily into your life. This is the perfect time to do stuff like that. You want to release the limiting beliefs and to work on inner work, shadow work, and release around your money, around your love, and around your sense of self-worth. Anything that brings you a sense of enjoyment. This is the time to try new things, to go within and to release the stuff inward so that you can move outward. Leo isn't just about like feeling like, oh yeah, I'm that big, like, I'm the king, I'm the queen. Leo is also your inner child, laughing uncontrollably and just joy. That's what Leo is. It's the sunshine. It's that joy. It's that inner child energy. So don't be afraid to laugh and to do something that just brings you child joy. Go to a bungee, I don't know about bungee jumping. I'm scared of bungee jumping. Go to like a jumping house or something. The little, the bounce houses things. Like, just jump. Live your life. Fifth house energy. Get creative. Tap into your inner child. And last but not least, Venus in Leo specifically, it has a lot to do with attention and adoration. You might find yourself really, really wanting attention and wanting to be the star of the show and wanting to be that girl. But for some reason, it feels like maybe you're not being as seen as you want, or maybe it seems like people aren't paying attention to you as much. It's because there is a need there. The reason is, if you keep on needing, and wanting, you're literally pushing the thing that wants to come to you away. Need and want is repelled from having. Having and wanting are repelled to being. So instead of wanting to be adored and wanting to have attention, you need to release the want, to release the need, and step into the energy of fullness. I am full, I am adored, I am loved, I love myself, I adore myself, I ravish myself in my own energy, I am seductive, I am attractive. You want to radiate on that frequency, and the more that you're able to do that, you'll see that that's the way that you get the attention that you want, and that's the way that you become the star of the show. And this is coming from a true Venus in Leo myself. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that Venus in Leo video. No worries, everything's gonna be fine. Don't freak out. Just allow this to be an inner transformation in order to see huge changes in your life as soon as Venus goes back to direct. All the lessons that you learned during this Venus retrograde, you're gonna get that return, okay? As soon as Venus goes back direct, boom, whatever house your Venus is in, that is where you're gonna see a big return in your life. So make sure you look at your chart, look at what Venus rules in your chart, look at where Leo is, and this is gonna give you an indication of how this Venus transit is going to affect you and your particular aspect of life. If you need more help and assistance with your inner work, because that is going to be the way that you actually get what you want nowadays, right about now, please subscribe to my membership club, the Rich Goddess Club, which hence the name Rich Goddess Life. We talk about how to become rich in your life in love, romance, seduction, business, spirituality, money, all of it. There's courses, classes, and meetings always happening that are gonna help you get to the next level in your life. So I'll see you in that exclusive premium club, and I can't wait to talk to you later. Peace.